שבת אחים גם יחד.
Hinei ma tov u'manayim. How good and pleasant it is to be together. It's nice to be back after a week away. Cantor, I'm kind of like you. I don't really do well when I miss shul.
I know,
it's
right?
It's very hard. You always worry about what's going on without you.
Yeah, I feel a little lost when I'm, FOMO. I have FOMO, and I just feel like I'm not in my place. I don't know where I am when I'm not in shul.
I know that feeling. I'm sure there are people watching on StreamSpot who are wondering, where is our place? It's right over here in the sanctuary. Here. Welcome, everyone. Bruchim habaim. It's great to have you here to begin Shabbat, whether you're here in person, in our sanctuary, or joining us on StreamSpot. We begin our time together by welcoming in Shabbat with the lighting of candles. I invite you to please rise and join with Cantor Lissick in the candlelight bracha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
May be seated. We begin Kabbalat Shabbat, the service of welcoming Shabbat in Siddur Lev Shalem on page 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God as we raise our voices in song. Lechun Eranan, page 11.
Lechun Eranina, lai, 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 lai. Let us sing out to God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu neranina, in all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechu neranina, lai, 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 lai. Arba'im anakut bedor va'omaram tohelev avhem vehem ledu derachai asher nishbati ve'api im yevon hamenuchati.
Sing to Adonai a new song. Sing to Adonai all the earth. Page 13. Shir Adonai Shir Chadash.
Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai baruchu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, Sapru v'goyim kevodo, B'chol ha'amim nifleotav, Sapru v'goyim kevodo, B'chol ha'amim nifleotav, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai baruchu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai baruchu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato.
We continue on the bottom of page 20, the final 3 lines with Romamu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'yishtachavu lehor kodsho, Ve'yishtachavu lehor kodsho, Ki kadosh, ki kadosh, ki kadosh, Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh, ki kadosh, ki kadosh, Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu.
We turn to page 23 and we welcome the Shabbat Kala, the Shabbat bride, together with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diur echad, Hishmianu el hamichad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nikabela. Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'necha, Ki mekor haberacha, Mirosh mikedem nesucha, Dof maaseh b'machshavat techila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala. nikabelan. Boi v'shalom aterepala, gam b'simcha u'tzola. Toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pinei Shabbat, nikabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pinei Shabbat, nikabela.
May be seated. Cantor, you've been using that from Rabbi Joshua Shafsky a lot recently. I actually saw him, a video of performing this afternoon. I know there was this concert last week in LA with all these Jewish music performers. You probably loved them all. Did you see it?
Yes, I didn't see one in LA, but I saw all the ads for it, and yes, the group, they're amazing.
It was to see people performing live again. I was far away, but it was great to see them enjoying singing and dancing together again.
Yeah, last night, another group called Chicago Sings, and it was all the cantors in the Chicago area doing a concert like that. And then this coming week is Jewish Rock Radio. Jewish Rock Radio Song Leader Boot Camp, which is part of Jewish Rock Radio conference, but it's virtual. So I'm seeing a lot of Josh Warshofsky and all of the new Jewish music composers.
So if you hear music coming from your office, we'll just shut you door and know that you're at a conference.
Yes.
There we go. We continue on page 27, the song of the day of Shabbat, Mor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
Mor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Le'hagi baboker chasdecha, ve'emunatcha b'leilot, alei asor va'alei navel, alei higayon v'chinor. Mizmor Shir leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tzadik atama yifrach, ke'erez balvanon yizke, shetulim beveit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafriun, odinu v'mesevad, shenim v'rananim yiyu, lehagir ki ashar Adonai, tzuri v'lo havlata bo.
Page 29.
Adonai malach lavesh Adonai osi tazar aftikon tevel patimot mikolot mayim rabim adirim mishpereyam adir barom Adonai erotecha nemnu me'olevetcha navakodesh Adonai leorech yamim.
I'm going to invite everyone to please rise, and if you're comfortable, put your arm around the person next to you. If you have someone in your life who's far away, direct your heart towards them as we share with them the words blessing of Birkat Kohanim, the ancient priestly blessing.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ken yehi ratzon.
May Adonai bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Ken yehi ratzon.
May Adonai's countenance shine upon you, and may Adonai bestow kindness upon you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yaseh lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon.
May Adonai's countenance be lifted toward you, and may Adonai grant you shalom, grant you peace. Ken yehi ratzon.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Be seated. We now pray on behalf of those in our lives who are ill, those in need of physical and spiritual well-being. We include in our prayers tonight Rav Yaakov Chai ben Hadassah, Shimon ben Yaakov Mordechai Yomi, Devorah bat Sarah, Hershel Yehoshua ben Malka, Perel bat Rezo, Dov ben Ita, Shmuel Yaakov ben Kalia ve'Ari, Devorah Rachel, Malka bat Sarah, Leib Yisrael ben Abraham Sipora, Aliza Meira bat Leah, Sivya bat Chana, Elijah Avila, Yafa Fega bat Siselbina, Kathy Lynn, Chaim Yitzchak ben Gittel Fagel, Hannah Shifra bat Moshe Vebluma, Avraham David ben Liba, Daniel ben Yisrael, Sarah bat Chaya, Sarah bat Shendel, Sam Kaplan, Bonnie Meyerson, Tova bat Rivka, Karen bat Yaakov Yerushalayim Cyril, Adina Miriam, Harvey Kinney, and Kevin Haffey. Praying for someone today, I invite you to please rise and to recite the names when I come to you. At Kol HaCholim and all those who are ill, Cantor leads us in the prayer for healing.
Join your voices with mine. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We turn to page 30, and I invite those in mourning or marking a yard site to please rise and join me in the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitdash shemei rabba, v'yalma divera kirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevorach leolam ulamei haya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata, damiran bialma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Be seated. So I've always heard that if you have to explain a joke, it's not very good, but this one is going to take some explanation. How many adult Jewish people does it take to make a minyan, to make a prayer quorum, the number needed to recite prayers like the Kaddish or the Baruch Hu? How many? You all knew the answer. Well, you're all wrong. The answer is 15. Anyone know why it's 15? Did I tell this joke earlier this week? No, okay. You might actually get this joke. It's 15 because Hoshia et amecha uvarech et nachlatecha ureim, 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 ureim. She gets it. Anyone else get that joke? Okay. When we count Jewish people towards a minyan, we are not supposed to count them by numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, up until 10. Instead, we have custom of using a verse or using a Hebrew phrase to count each of the people in the room. In that particular case, one of the common verses is Hoshia et amecha uvarech et nachlatecha ureim v'nasem ad olam, a verse that has exactly one melody written to it as far as I know and repeats a lot of words, 15. Hence the bad joke. Sorry about that. And the origin of not counting people for the minyan, or in fact not counting people at all, comes from tomorrow's Torah portion of Parshat Ki Tisa. It opens up with God instructing Moses to count the Jewish people for the first time. The Israelites have come out of Egypt, they've escaped from Pharaoh, they stood at the foot of Mount Sinai and they accepted the Ten Commandments and the Torah from God. And now God wants to know just how many of these Jewish people there are. So he instructs Moses to count, but Moses is to count in a very specific way. Each head of household, each male of 20 years or older, is to contribute half a shekel, in Hebrew, machatzit shekel. And Moses and the priests would collect all of these half shekels, and they would count them and know how many households there were in the Jewish people. Then this money, the half shekel, would be used to maintain the Mishkan, to use the temple that they were in the midst of building. And Jewish tradition is really focused on the fact that you don't count the people, you count the shekels. The idea being that we don't reduce people ever to just being a number. We respect them each as an individual. This is why, for example, it was so thoroughly dehumanizing when the Nazis put numbers on Jewish people's arms, reducing them to simply a number in their lines. Jewish tradition rather encourages us to look at what each person is able to offer, is able to bring to the community. Well, we're actually going to read this Torah portion again next week for various calendar reasons, and we have a bar mitzvah next week. And as I was working with this bar mitzvah on his Dvar Torah, he asked me, how much is a half shekel? How much money is that? I didn't know, so we had to look it up and do a little bit of research and figured out that the ancient equivalent of half a shekel of silver, was about $4.50 to $5 in today's currency. In other words, not a whole lot of money. Each and every Jewish person in the ancient temple, or in the desert, was asked to give that, was asked basically to show up, to participate, to be counted as part of the Jewish people, because each and every one of them had a part in the Jewish people in the desert, had a part in the Mishkan, had a part in the tabernacle. Similarly today, we want everyone in a community to feel the same way, that each and every person has a part to play in that community, and that we look at each and every person as an individual. It's not an easy to do when you run an organization. Organizations rely on looking at long lists of people and always hoping that there are more of them. But this Torah portion encourages us to look at our community and to appreciate each and every one of you and each and every one of the people join us on StreamSpot and each and every one of the people who are not here as part of our Kehillah Kedoshah, as part of our sacred community. Shabbat Shalom. We continue on page 39, and we rise for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Be seated. Blessed are you, our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from before the light.
ומעביר יום ולילה, ומבדיל בין יום ולילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המריב הרבי. אהבת עולם בתשעמך, אהבת אותו מצוות כי חיינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, ואהבתך תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם בניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך וקומך, וקשרת לגות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיום שמענו Adonai Elohechem Emet.
43. Moses, Miriam, and the people Israel joyfully sang this song to you. Mi chamucha ba'elim Adonai, page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. Malchutecha ra'u v'necha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze Elianu v'yameru, ze Elianu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. ונאמר, כיפת אדוני את יעקב וגלום יד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, sovereign. Blessed are you who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Let's join our voices together. Hashkinu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. V'ha'amidenu malkeinu lechayim, chayim. Ufroz aleinu sukkot shlomecha, shlomecha. When I lay down at night, when I rest my head, oh God, watch over me. And when the morning comes, we thank Adonai and pray for peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ushmor tzitenu vo'inu lechayim u'leshalom me'ata v'ad olam. Ufros alinu tat shalomecha, baruch ata Adonai. Haporei sukat shalom alinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 46, please rise for Vishamru.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לאורות המרית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. בניובים בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, Adonai et השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויבר בתרומה וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי קודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה וימרו amen.
We spent a few moments in silent prayer with the words of the Amidah, beginning on page 47.
Amidah. When you've completed your Amidah, you may be seated. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Asim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam
Page 54, Kaddish Shalem.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ועמד יברך ידעו במנוחתי בחייכון ובמכון ובחתרו בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולם עולמיה יתברך. יפרח וישבח ויבר בתרומה וינשא ויתזר ויצלח שמי קודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תורתה ונחמתה דמירן בעמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צמור ואותון זוכי ישראל קודם אבוהון וישמעי ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרב מן שמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו amen. Amen.
Page 55, please rise for Kiddush. I invite anyone younger than Bar Bar Mitzvah to come join us up here on the bima for Kiddush. Come up. Here you go. Ellie, good to see you. Shalom. Shalom. Got it? All right. I get everyone? All right. Savri Maranan Rabbanan Rabotai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvah v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yavav ratzon hinchanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen.
Chaim.
L'chaim.
We continue, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה לעורר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו איnon אל מלכנו זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל והארץ מתחת איnon. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו ושמו
may be seated. We turn to page 58 for the Mourner's Kaddish. This coming week, we observe the yortzites of Louis Goldsmith, William Salem, Abraham Levine, Rebecca Gordon, Pauline Bergen, Johnny Goldberg, Sonia Lusky, Charlotte Gold, Louis Goldberg, Anna Seigler, Robert Bob Guggenheim, May Kropp, Henry Kenneth Ostro, Leonard Rabhan, Irving Livingston, Stanton Polyakov, Isaac Dushkin, Robert Ochaki, Stanley Gindi, Arnold Prodowski, Lillian Messenger Bayer, Blanche Sanderson, Renee Buxbaum, Florence Ziebel, Diane Wolfman, Charlotte Friedland, Louis Katzen, Dora Perlin, Jerome Maddens, Howard Campbell, William Beanstalk, Alfred Scher, Rose Rosenthal, Leonard Gordon, Elaine Hirsch, Elizabeth Schwartz, Vladimir Buckengoltz, Rebecca Moskowitz, Vernon Krause, Muriel Kronsberg, Nelson Sfredo, Arthur Becker, Lenora Stein, David Levine, Jack Shuffglass, Francis Abrams, Sam Levy, Estelle Meadow, Zaki El Kodzi, Nathan Glauberman, Eva Berkowitz, Bracha Klieger, Muriel Danilin Slavin, Morris William Goldman, Elise Whale, Chaya Galinsky, Paul Spiel, and Wolf Solman. Page 58, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'lomei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha v'yichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shira tush bechata v'nechemata damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yesh lama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Israel v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel v'imru amen. May be seated. Representing the Temple Israel Board of Trustees, I'm happy to call on Amy and Olivia Udoff.
Hello, Shabbat Shalom. Stephanie Meadows and Elliot Meadows were ushering, and I wanted to thank them. But they mentioned, are you from Charlotte Catholic? Charlotte Christian, welcome. It's good to have you here. I hope you enjoyed the service. They had left, but they said they enjoyed speaking with you guys, and welcome. And it was a beautiful beginning of Shabbat. Thank you, Rabbi Wolk and Peter Lissick, for leading us in the services. And also thank you to Adam, our pianist, and Sean, our audio-visual tech expert. We are seeking Shabbat greeters. If you have any interest in this, please feel free to sign up on our Snap Genius, which is in the weekly email blast. We have Zoom Shabbat morning babysitting, so that we have the appropriate number of sitters. And also for security purposes, registration for babysitting is required each week, and you can find that information on our weekly e-blast as well. We have a lot of things happening here at the synagogue that I'm going to highlight a couple of them for you. One of them is our lifelong learning program, which is called Words of a Feather, Making of the Torah, with Julie Seltzer, one of our first female Torah scribes, on Thursday, February 24th at 7:30. Also, we have the Megillah, according to Taylor Swift, Spiel and dinner, will be on March 16th, which is a very special day. Do you know why it's a special day? It's my birthday. And also we have, hope to see you guys there. It's gonna be really great. It always is. It's like my favorite things on the calendar. And we also hope that you'll participate in Yom Gil, oh God, I knew I was gonna mess this up. Gimilut Hasadim, every year I say it like that, which will be on March 27th of this year. If you have any questions, please reach out to Tess and Jonathan Berger. Also, our Temple Israel Religious School, which daughter Olivia is a part of, they're selling Passover candy by Miss Chocolate. I hope that you will support our children and order all the Passover chocolate. They have lots of good options on their website. You can go to our email blast and click there as well. Everything's there today. To sign up for these events and everything else happening, please go to our weekly email blast and our website, as well as our weekly announcements, which are outside. Services will continue tomorrow morning at 9:30 in the morning, and we hope to see you there. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Thank you, Amy. Olivia. We conclude on page 5 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malach HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ay Boachem Shalom Malachi Shalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Nilei Shalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu Nilei Shalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Malachi Shalom Malachi Elyon Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.